CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you're with us on this Thursday. An update for you on the shelter-in-place order for Brunswick House First Nation east of Chapleau. Anishinaabe police have lifted the shelter-in-place advisory issued Sunday afternoon. Police responded to a disturbance call October 12th and found a man injured from a suspected shooting at a home. The victim was taken to a hospital with life-threatening injuries, and police issued the shelter-in-place order to search for the suspect. Police are still looking for that suspect, but believe there is no longer a threat to the community. So, shifting gears now, are you enjoying the weather? Another day of sunshine for the most part across the broadcast region. So, when is the rain coming? For more details, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman.
Well, Tony, in Sault Ste. Marie overnight. For the rest of the Northeast, primarily for tomorrow, Wawa, Chapleau may get a smidgen of rain overnight as well. Your first take on weather brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at getcaa.ca. This is the system approaching the Northeast. I tell no lies for this evening. We'll take a look at the 5-day forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes, Tony. So again, we'll get some rain, and it looks like it will linger for a couple of days. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. A joint OPP investigation has taken 138 guns and prohibited devices off the streets. The OPP-led Border Drug Task Force began an investigation in February into alleged cocaine trafficking that triggered the bust. A tractor-trailer heading north from Toronto in September was linked to the investigation. The truck was stopped at a transport inspection station near Temiskaming Shores, where police executed a search warrant. They seized 72 illegal handguns, 66 prohibited devices, and cocaine. Preliminary tracing of the guns indicates they all originated in the U.S. 2 Brampton men were arrested and face 72 counts of weapons trafficking each, as well as trafficking drug charges. Greater Sudbury Police Service has launched a 30-day program. It's called Support First 360 Community Safety Initiative for addressing the open drug scene in the city's core. CTV's Lindsay Alick has the details.
Police say community feedback has been clear. The 2022 resident survey identified community safety and police visibility as top concerns. Increasingly, residents report feeling unsafe in the downtown core, where people are routinely exposed to drug use.
We know that this addiction is bigger than individuals, and they need these intoxicating substances. However, we have a 360, and that's what it's called. And I, as the chief of police, have to ensure community safety for all involved. And so hopefully it supports first, and then if not, education, and lastly, enforcement.
GSPS says open drug use has become the new norm, and they are committing to reducing that drug activity in the next 30 days. Cunningham says if enforcement is needed, they want to ensure efforts continue through the justice system.
But what we're learning is that often we see individuals go through the justice system and incarcerated for 30 or 45 days, not using those substances, and come out, and what a great opportunity to be able to then provide some supports. And so in speaking with our city partners and really working with our justice partners and the district jail and our Crown, kind of scooping those individuals as they come out and offering those supports.
It's key that it's just not a one, that the police are not the only ones trying to address this crisis that we're dealing with, right? Certainly it takes a whole government approach.
GSPS acknowledges that long-term solutions require sustained investment in affordable housing, mental health care, and addiction services, areas that fall outside the scope of policing. However, they say the urgency of the current public health and safety crisis in the downtown demands immediate action. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
Provincial police are looking for the public's help after a camper was stolen north of Sudbury. The beige and black 2019 Keystone 32 DBH model camper trailer was last seen September 1st, parked on Crown land in an unincorporated township north of Sudbury along Highway 144. Police are trying to find the person or people responsible for removing the trailer. Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre held his final stop in Sault Ste. Marie this morning at a local car dealership. Poilievre toured the shop and showroom of Superior Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, speaking with employees about their work and asking general questions about their life and struggles in the Soo. The leader of the official opposition then spoke to a small group, once again joined by former police chief and Conservative candidate Hugh Stevenson. Poilievre took aim at the Carney Liberals on a number of fronts, most notably related to community safety and bail reform, as well as trade negotiations with the United States. And Poilievre was in Sudbury this afternoon as his tour of the North continues. We'll have more on his visit to the Nickel City at 6 o'clock. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5. Rick has your full weather forecast. First, though, we're off to downtown Timmins. This live webcam is courtesy of the city of Timmins. It's 12 degrees. We are back after this commercial break.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
I've got to admit, had a great day today hanging out with the Sudbury Classic Cruisers Car Club today, handing out money, a lot of donations. We'll have more on that on the news coming up by tomorrow. Forecast radar, we've got some rain in the forecast. We'll move on from the sunny skies for today into precipitation overnight in Sault Ste. Marie, and of course spreading throughout the northeast for tomorrow. That will linger for a couple of days as well. Rain at times heavy. And again, this side, a great day for raking. Tomorrow, no, it's not going to be a great day for raking, so we'll move on for that. You may want to do it this evening, or if you don't mind raking wet leaves, go for it. Okay, here we go with your 5-day forecast. I got to make fun of that sometime. Sudbury Nickel Belt, here we go. Showers, showers, rain. Chance of showers, chance of showers. Copy and paste this forecast throughout the entire northeast for the next couple of days. 10, 13, 12, 13, and 10. Those are the numbers. That's your forecast. Sudbury Nickel Belt, pretty well the same in Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma. Showers, showers, rain, chance of showers. Again, chance of showers. Your temperatures 15, 18, 12, 14, and 10. Get used to it. Timmins Cochrane Campus Casing, showers, showers, rain, chance of showers, chance of showers. What did I tell you? 11, 17, 13, and 10 degrees, your expected highs above normal for this time of the year. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, we've got showers for a couple of days at 10 and 14. Rain on Sunday, 14. Chance of showers, 13 and 11, Monday and Tuesday. And a look at North Bay West Nipissing, showers for a couple of days at 10 and 17. Predominantly, you'll have heavier rainfall for the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 16 your high on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, now we have the chance of showers at 40, perhaps 60%, maybe as low as 30%. So 13 and 11, those are the numbers. Sorry about this. We've had a pretty good run of the sunshine. Now we've got to deal with the rain for the next couple of days, Tony. It's that time of year. Back to you.
How true. Thanks for that, Rick. Federal funding that will help improve the state of Sault Ste. Marie's roads was outlined today. The annual Canada Community Building Funding has been around for decades, previously known as the gas tax. Sault Ste. Marie Algoma MP Terry Sheehan noted that the Soo would be receiving just under $5 million per year for the next 4 years, though funding will go up in year 3. Municipalities are able to use the funds for a range of infrastructure projects, with $11 million more per year needed for roads in the community. Mayor Matthew Shoemaker says this money will help.
The city's allocation of money, of its budget money to roads has not grown much over the last 20 years, but having the supplemental gas tax and additional money from the province that comes in every now and then for special projects has allowed us to do more roads while keeping the impact on the local taxpayer as low as possible.
I like this as a former city councillor, that it's the mayor and city council that make the decision on where this $20 million will go over the next 4 years, because, you know, they're the closest to the people on the street. And, you know, they know the needs of their particular community.
Shoemaker notes that the 4-year cycle of this funding is helpful when council is planning annual budgets. A celebration last night at the Nairn Community Centre west of Sudbury as residents came together to mark a big win. They stood up against the Minister of Transportation to keep radioactive tailings out of the Agnew Lake area at an abandoned uranium mine. During the summer, the province cancelled its plans to ship the material there. Community leaders tell CTV News felt good to have their voices heard.
I think it's great because our community came together. They spoke up when they needed to. They stood side by side and supported the mayor and I when we did town halls, tried to keep people informed. I think people really started to trust that we had their best interests at heart when we were fighting for this cause.
We're really excited. There's hot cinnamon buns, and we're just excited to have the community come out that supported us, and political leaders and everyone that was part of the quest to have the niobium go somewhere else.
A huge, huge win. You're talking a small community, couple hundred people that came together, spoke with one voice, said no to radioactive material being added to the landfill site, and they won.
The tailings at the center of the controversy have since been transported to the Clean Harbors Hazardous Waste Facility in Sarnia. One of the world's largest and most innovative satellite operators is constructing a landing station in Timmins. Telesat is clearing a parcel of land on La Forêt Road near the Highway 655 intersection. The company says the landing station will connect data from its advanced satellite network to specific locations on Earth. It'll be one of 6 locations in Canada and one of 50 throughout the world. Telesat says Timmins offers access to superior telecommunications infrastructure, making it the right choice for its project.
This will be what is a critical infrastructure, ground infrastructure for our satellite constellation, is called landing station. This is a premises which actually carries traffic from our state-of-the-art satellites to the nearest point of presence on the ground. So that landing station at Timmins will carry this traffic to the Northern Ontario. It serves the communities by connecting the rural broadband connectivity to the operators, who can then go into the communities to serve the communities with broadband connections.
And construction of satellite antennas and networking equipment will begin next spring. They are in demand. Coming up on CTV News at 5. Officials at the Children's Aid Society say foster parents are needed in Nipissing and Parry Sound. The Greater Sudbury Police Service is changing to a new online reporting system on Monday. Officials say it's a step forward in innovation, making reporting services more accessible, efficient, and inclusive. CTV's Alan Everson has more.
This is a new online reporting platform, Ruby Reports, that will replace the current CopLogic system. Greater Sudbury Police say it offers a more mobile-friendly reporting for non-emergency crimes and incidents.
It has geolocation through Google Maps to provide a more accurate location, which assists us with crime analytics, as well as uploading images and videos that are 3 gigabytes or larger. So if you've captured an individual or a crime on a doorbell or on a security camera, you are now able to upload it directly through our online reporting system.
Ruby Reports also offers multilingual support in over 50 languages.
And enhancing these things will make it better for diverse communities to be able to, have a safe voice and provide them a psychological safety from being able to use it as a mobile-friendly and a user-friendly platform with their language of choice, of course, and also at the end of the day, making sure that their voices are heard.
Police say the new system also supports the online reporting of sensitive incidents.
This includes sexual assault, human trafficking, and hate crimes, as well as hate-motivated incidents. These go directly to our Criminal Investigations Division, to officers who are specifically trained in trauma-informed investigations.
Greater Sudbury Police say the new system will help reduce the number of times a survivor will have to recount their experience and will allow them to report when they are ready from any place of safety. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
And Sudbury MP Vivian Lapointe announced a FedNor investment of $410,000 this morning at Place des Arts. The investment will allow for training, mentorship, and creative residencies in northern Franco communities. Place des Arts has reported deficits since opening in 2022. However, the executive director of the Francophone Centre believes this year the organization will break even.
You have to keep in mind that Place des Arts is a startup business. We've only been open for 3 years. So there was a rough ride for a while, but we're correcting that. In fact, right now, with just what we're doing right now, we bring in terms of economic impact in the downtown core, about and probably more than $15 million in economic impact downtown.
Over the next 3 years, the Francophone Centre will start training modules in cultural management, marketing, and entrepreneurship, allowing people to earn certificates. For a 10th year, Sudbury Church is collecting mittens to ensure children and youth have proper outdoor clothing this winter. All Nations Church is collecting donations for its annual Mountain of Mittens campaign. Each year, the church connects with local schools to determine the need across the Sudbury-Manitoulin region. The goal this year is to collect 2,000 pairs of mitts. Donations can be homemade, store-bought, or gently used mittens and toques.
In the kids ministry, kids are very sad to hear that their friends don't have mittens, and it really excites them to go and find mittens, to find the money, to go through, see if there's a pair they haven't worn before. And from our church family and our community, they're excited to hear that schools are partnering and getting the help that they need for the students who are looking for warm clothes, warm mitts.
Donations will be collected until November 30th and distributed to the schools in early December. Martel says anything collected above the goal will be donated to other local organizations. Today, Sudbury Wolves Sports and Entertainment announced the new presenting sponsor for the next 3 years will be Desjardins, a longtime sponsor of the Sudbury Wolves. The Wolves also officially announced a new leadership team with Nathan Villeneuve as the captain and 3 alternates. The 4 players also showed off the new old retro jerseys that the team will be wearing for 10 games this season, the first of which is next Wednesday night against the Barrie Colts. And it's taking online shopping to a new level. When we return, we look at what an e-commerce platform and a retail corporation are planning by using artificial intelligence. We are back in a few minutes. We told you earlier this week that Canadians are expected to spend more this holiday season. Now, Shopify and Walmart are partnering with OpenAI for a ChatGPT shopping feature. To tell us more, let's bring in Ritesh Kotek, cybersecurity and tech expert. He now joins us from Toronto. Hi there, Ritesh.
Hello.
Tell us about how people are going to be able to make purchases on ChatGPT and what this means for online shopping.
So this, to me, is the next iteration of e-commerce. We all remember the buy button on websites, and that was a big phenomenon. Then we saw it shifting to social media, where you could just purchase the products right when you see a post. Now, this is the next iteration, in my opinion, and this is going to be the integration with apps such as ChatGPT. So imagine you go to ChatGPT, you put in a prompt such as, give me a recipe for a particular item, and you get a list of ingredients. All of a sudden, it will say, do you want to buy these ingredients now? And with the integration, not only will it be able to make the purchase, you'll probably have some sort of credit card or a currency that would be in your digital wallet. It will then be shipped right to your door. And this is a fundamental shift. Before, you had to go to the platform, you had to search for a particular item, but now it's able to push those items to you. So this is the big shakeup in e-commerce that's coming, and it's closer than we think.
Microsoft is ending Windows 10 support. What do we need to know about that?
No, it was a decade ago. They forced us to upgrade from Windows 8.1 to Windows 10. Well, that's come to an end. And this week, what's essentially happened is the support is ending. There is a catch. You can purchase a year of security updates, but I recommend upgrading, because that would just be a temporary fix. And it's important to upgrade to Windows 11 or have some sort of security, because that protects you against hackers. There's stability improvements. And if you fail to update or do anything about it, your data may be vulnerable to hackers. So that support has ended. And if you're still on Windows 10, I highly recommend that you upgrade.
And finally, this is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. What tips do you have very quickly for our viewers out there to stay safe online?
Especially when you start to do online shopping, the best advice I give individuals, and this is what I do in my personal life, is have a different credit card for your online shopping. I actually have I think it's like a $500 credit card that I use when I need to purchase things online. Use a different email address. Don't recycle your credentials. So that's your username and passwords. And monitor your bank statements. So if you see something that shouldn't be there, then notify your financial institution right away, so they can hopefully try to get you your money back. And that's how you stay safe online.
Ritesh, great insights as always. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ritesh Kotak was our guest. And to see more of our Tech Talk segments, don't forget, head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from Espanola. Alice Reed sent us a series of photographs. Check out the colors of the leaves. These pictures were taken at Lang Lake. She also sent us this photo of a Toronto Blue Jays flag and more of nature's palette. Thanks so much, Alice. Larry Kirtley of Blind River took a drive to St. Joseph Island, southeast of the Soo, and found an alpaca farm. He says it's quite the operation. Thanks so much for the pictures, Larry. Well, can you sing or dance? Would you like to appear on the CTV Lines Children's Christmas Telethon this year? Well, auditions are this Saturday and Sunday, October 18th and 19th at our CTV studio in Sudbury. They run from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. both days. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And this was the scene at the Sudbury Water Tower last night. The tower's owners lighting it up in pink and blue in honor of the International Day of Pregnancy and Infant Loss. Folks, there's more news for the North coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.